Hi guys, this is my short video review of the new endurance pack for Rfactor 2. This pack costs just under $18 or about 238 South African rands and consists of a number of new cars. First on the list of the 5 new cars is the Rfactor LMP2. This car is the exact same vehicle that's raced in this year's Le Mans 24-hour. The Norma LMP3 is a prototype vehicle similar to the LMP2, but slightly slower with overall performance. Next in line is the Porsche 911 RSR, followed by the Corvette C7R and the BMW M8. These are 3 GT cars and also raced at the Le Mans 24-hour. I did quite a few laps with the Rfactor LMP1 and I was quite impressed with the handling of the vehicle. It felt really fast, lots of aero grip, which I enjoy. In fact, while I'm on the subject, I don't really enjoy the GT cars in general, in fact in any sub. I prefer cars that have aero grip like the single seaters or prototypes. This was a lap I did driving the LMP1. We crossed the start finish line and head towards the Dunlop curve. I'm already up to 5th gear, busy selecting 6th gear when I realize I have to back off a little bit for the Dunlop chicane. This chicane looks fast, but it isn't. It's actually super slow and it's so easy to make a mistake. In fact, Lopez made a mistake this weekend in the real race. We head towards the S's. This corner is also quite deceptive because you approach it from a wrong angle slightly. It's quite easy to get it wrong. We approach Tête Rouge at quite a high speed. This car cannot take it flat out, unfortunately, which is why I ran a little bit wide on that corner. It wasn't a big issue. It just compromised my line and exit onto the Mulsanne straight. This being the current version of the track, it means that there isn't a 5 kilometer long super boring straight, but at least 2 chicanes to break up the speeds. The first one is from right to left, meaning you keep on the left side of the track and you turn in right and then eventually flick left again and go back right. As you can see, I wasn't 100% confident on the approach to that. Had a bit of understeer, brought the car back in line and straightened up for the next bit of the Mulsanne straight. While we wait for the next chicane, I must say, as I mentioned before, the handling of this car is quite impressive. I like the grip and the feeling when you start to push the car past the limits. You actually feel it in the force feedback and you can actually feel the flex of the tires. Chicane number 2 is up. I braked as late as I dared. In fact, I tried to get as close to the 100 meter board as possible. Earlier practice laps resulted in me spinning and crashing, so I realized 100 meters wasn't possible for me at any rate. We now prepare ourselves to the approach for Mulsanne corner. It's actually a very high speed right-hander followed by a super slow 90-degree second gear right-hander. It's very easy to mess this up. Even the real drivers do that. I learned from my mistakes in an earlier lap, so I just clipped the apex on the inside, used a little bit of the exit curb and got ready for the next section of the track. This section, as usual, is ultra fast, but it also leads up onto another nasty corner. This is Indianapolis. Also, it's a sweeping right-hander followed by a 90-degree left. So Indianapolis, you have to be very, very careful. You can try and take the first bits flat out, which I tried in practice and crashed as usual. Realize the error of my ways and slow down as much as possible. Arnage is next, also a 90-degree right-hander. Very slow, easy to lock up like I did. I just locked up the rears, but also a minor issue. As long as I brought the car back on track, I was happy. Now it's the last bits of the track. We are heading first to the Corvette curves and then after that the Porsche curves. This section is challenging, meaning this first bit we see now on screen is actually boring, meaning it's just flat out. But from here onwards it becomes interesting. The car struggles for grip here, meaning you have to be very, very careful not to overdo it. These sections look fairly straightforward, but they aren't. In this car, due to the slightly lower downforce levels compared to some of the faster LMP1 cars, you can't just go as fast as you can. So you have to be very careful, feed in the power through the throttle as careful as possible. I ran very wide on that corner. Thankfully, even the real drivers do the same thing. And now we're on the approach to the 4 chicanes. There's 2 of them. The first one is taken quite quickly, which I didn't really do. And the second one is taken really slow. One error here and you can actually ruin the entire lap. That was a lap of the Le Mans track, driving an LMP2 prototype as part of the new endurance mod for Rfactor 2. Thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video, thumbs down if you didn't, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.